So as we know, the cybersecurity landscape is rapidly changing. We're seeing attacks on civilians and organizations from all over. Attacks are no longer just against governments or enterprises systems directly. We're seeing attacks against private property, the mobile devices we carry around every day, the laptop on our desks, and public infrastructure. What started a decade and a half ago as a sense that there were some teenagers in the basement hacking their way has moved far beyond that. It has morphed into sophisticated international organized crime and worse, sophisticated nation attacks. The security landscape is getting more complicated and the stakes are rising, but many enterprises don't have the resources they need to meet their security needs. As we connect virtually, anything can be disrupted. Everything from the cloud to the edge needs to be considered and protected. And when it comes to defending against cyber attacks, we really must consider what is our digital estate? How do we think about what our assets are and what we have to defend against? This is a little bit different now than it was 5 or 10 years ago. It can be things like user-owned mobile devices that are used to access corporate data. It also includes systems and devices that your partners and customers use to access your information. And any one of these points can be a point of vulnerability for your overall estate. That changes the game when it comes to security. You can no longer draw perimeters around your organization. This is the challenge that we all struggle with in IT security with a remote work environment. We see three main challenges to securing an organization. 1. The threat landscape is continuously growing in both volume and sophistication. There is a constant evolution in the types of threats. As such, it is imperative to have solutions in place that can evolve as quickly as the threats we see to ensure security in the changing landscape. 2. While digital technology has simplified our lives and made us more productive, it has also opened new avenues for threat actors to attack us. The digital estate is broad and growing, and so is the attack surface. Having solutions in place which can address the breadth of the attack surface is paramount to keeping organizations secure. 3. Finally, another challenge is the sheer volume of threats we see and trying to make sense of all of it. Threat signal is simply noise if it cannot be correlated and made into actionable information. How do we find the time and capability of consuming trillions of threat signals and trying to decipher what those signals might indicate? Ideally, we have solutions in place which can do the heavy lifting for us and help ensure that we understand the threats that impact us and know how to secure ourselves from them. With environments becoming more complex, spanning both cloud and on-premise environments, defending against attacks continues to be difficult. Let's first look at what a typical attack might look like and what happens if you don't have a solution in place. The attack starts when the threat actors leverage a password spray attack, targeting a large volume of users with few login attempts to avoid tripping detections, and gains access to an Office 365 administrator's credentials, which haven't been protected by multi-factor authentication. Using these credentials, the attacker conducts multiple mailbox searches looking for sensitive information within the organization. The attacker then sets up processes for automated exfiltration of data through email and SharePoint. At this point, even if the original compromised credentials are remediated, data continues to be stolen from the environment. Also, during this period, attacker leverages stolen credentials found in email to VPN into the on-premise environment. From here, they can move laterally within the organization using techniques like pass the ticker to compromise privileged on-premise credentials with a goal to establish a permanent presence in the environment. In this case, the customer didn't find the breach for over 200 days, and with an attack which spans both cloud and on-premise environments, these attacks are difficult to find and to investigate. We believe in the user-centric focus of security, drawing the appropriate balance between productivity and security, while at the same time raising the awareness of end users to protect themselves, their data, and the organization is a critical part of our strategy. We have solutions that help ensure end-to-end security across the attack vectors in the modern and remote workplace. We often talk about attacks coming through the front door, but is there really a front door? What we learned from last year's most famous attacks is that attacks can be launched at any part of the organization. There is no fixed entry point. We have tools designed to secure your organization across the entire attack surface, which includes identities, which are essential, the credentials of both admins and end users, endpoints, which can range from your devices to sensors, user data, which encompasses email and documents, cloud apps, which enable productivity yet also create a new attack surface, and also the infrastructure, which includes your servers, virtual